Welcome to Pin the World. I'm Laura, and normally we have Ryan here, but today I have a little solo video for you guys. So I am going to flip the camera around to show you these, but recently I was gifted some really cool old postcards from my dad. So he found these just through, he bought a giant collection of postcards and there happened to be a whole bunch of Disney stuff. So he asked if I was interested, and of course I said yes. So we are going to turn the camera around and check out some of these awesome postcards together. So here we are with the postcards. So this one's from Walt Disney World, and this one does have addresses on the back. So I'm just gonna kind of cover that off. I don't know, it's so old. It's not a huge deal probably, but there is actually a date on this one. It says March 8th, 1983. So very cool to kind of see like how stuff was canceled there, and yeah, so that's the first one. Next up, we've got some awesome vintage characters here with a cast member driving this really cool old vehicle, and this one's a Walt Disney World one as well. It doesn't have any information on the back, but it's really cool. I love seeing the old characters, even though sometimes they're kind of frightening. Next up is the castle. It looks like Walt Disney World, so let's flip it over. Oh, actually, I am completely wrong with this one. So it's actually Tokyo Disneyland, which was really cool. And then you can actually see the Japanese writing down there underneath Cinderella Castle at Twilight. So that's really fun because, as you know, we're kind of obsessed with Tokyo. And here we've got California. So overall, just California in general, I guess, but I love that it's got an old Mickey there and then a few other things. And on the back, it's just got the place for the stamp, but again, no writing. And then the bottom tells you exactly what was pictured on the front. Here we've got a Disneyland one. So again, with Mickey and Minnie there, very cute. The monorail, you've got some country bears there, and then obviously the railway station there. Very cool. And then the stamp on the back. Love that. Look at Mickey there. He looks so cute. So it says Disneyland, a magical realm of fantasy, adventure, music, and fun. Next up, we've got a Lady and the Tramp postcard. I love the purple background on this. It is very, very pretty. And then when you flip it over there, it just has a little write-up on the back. And I'm guessing, yeah, this one's a lot newer. It actually says 2006 USPS. So quite a bit newer than the other ones. Next, we've got Cinderella and Prince Charming, very cute. So same style as the Lady and the Tramp one on the back here, and again 2006. So Cinderella and Prince Charming, everyone dreams of living a rags to riches fairy tale and dancing with that special someone. It's so cute. Very nice, I like it. So the next couple things are these really old postcard books, I'm going to call them. So very cool. You can see that it was 25 cents. So this is the Disneyland one, and it has 26 colorful scenes, it says. So I'm not sure the best way to open it. You can see, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it's a little bit ripped and mangled. So there's the entrance to Disneyland. And then let's just kind of see, actually, I think I want to go this way. So this one's not filled out, but you've got the spot where you can write greetings from, and then a little write-up for Disneyland. So let's kind of just see how this works. So there's Submarine Voyage, then you've got the Mermaid. Oh yeah, okay, that's looking all right here. So let's try to do that here. Sorry guys. Sky Ride, And then you've got Matterhorn bobsled. Then we go into the monorail. That looks really cool. And then you've got the Autopia, scene from Autopia Freeway. Look at how cool that looks back then. Now it just looks like kind of crappy. And then you've got a motorboat cruise. That looks interesting, and like the water's very rocky. And then entrance to Tomorrowland. And you've got, of course, the castle. Love that. And you can kind of see the guests. So this is quite old, I would say. I haven't been able to tell a date yet for sure. And then you've got the Mad Tea Party. And ending with Dumbo Ride. Oh, no, I lied. It still keeps going. Holy Moses. And then, so Casey Jr., that was so fun. I remember we went on with our friends Seth and Andrew, and we absolutely loved our time with that because it was just hilarious. And then there's Fantasyland Swiss Chalet. So not exactly the Swiss Chalet I'm thinking of, which is a restaurant in Canada, but very cool. So then actually, oh my gosh, it goes all the way around. Okay. There we go. So Town Square, double-decker omnibus, horse-drawn fire wagon. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going. Love it. Look at the entrance to Frontierland. That is pretty cool. Mark Twain. Water Tower, the Columbia. This is so cool. Entrance to Adventureland. I can only imagine how amazing it was to visit Disneyland at this time. Kind of everything's so new. Very cool. Natives in their village. Next up, very similar, but this one must be slightly newer. It's got the price of 35 cents, and you can see the really nice little designs here. So there's the spinning teacups, Dumbo, carriage, and Jungle Cruise maybe there. But yeah, I think for this one, we're just gonna throw some music on it so you don't have to listen to my voice. And we're back with our voice. I'm just covering it again. There's an address. I don't know. It's like, again, this is so old. You can tell from the characters, but I just love the vintage characters. So let's get into it. So this one had a note, which I love. So it says, hi, Rebecca, you really have to make it here. It's great. You just love it. Enjoying lots of sunshine and swimming. Hope all is well with you. That's so funny. Writing a postcard is like one of the hardest things to do because there's barely any space. So here we've got a little scene from the French Quarter, it looks like. So the guys from Splash Mountain. That is very cool. Oops. All right. And then got a scene from Pirates. What's this one? Tomorrowland. That looks really cool. I can't even like picture where that is, but that's very neat. And then the monorail and submarine, very cool. Okay, so these are looking kind of similar to one of the other books. So we'll just kind of speed through here. Yeah, these are all the same, I would say. Oh, wait, a little bit different. Let's take a look at that one. So there's an old Alice and White Rabbit from Fantasyland. That's so cute. Oh, and a different ship of the Columbia, sailing ship Columbia. Look at that. Captain Hook and Smee. I would say Smee looks pretty similar, but Captain Hook, he looks quite a bit different than the one today. And that's really cool. The Disneyland band riding on the carousel. That's actually, so Ryan and I have never been on a carousel in any of the Disney parks. So that's actually a goal going forward. If we have a trip to any Disney park, I really want to get on a carousel. So let's just flip this around quick. Oh, Golden Horseshoe Review. I am not even familiar what that is. So that's pretty cool. There you've got Brer, Bear, and Fox, Frontierland. That's interesting. Now that Splash Mountain's gone, you don't see those guys around very much. Jungle Cruise. Oh, the Explorer canoes. That looks really fun to me. Also challenging when it's so hot out. But very cool. Country Bears. And you've got Frontierland, and again, those guys there. Have we already shown you these? No. But again, it's similar. So this book is quite similar to the other one, but very cool. All right, we've got two more to show you guys here. So this one is a Walt Disney World one. So this one has a note. It says, arrived here safely, weather is cold. Interesting, because we're talking Florida here. Went to Disney World yesterday, really interesting. See you later. Very cool. So I guess maybe these people were having a Florida vacation, but then decided to go to Disney World. So let's take a look. We've got some people on Main Street. That looks very fun. And then, so the Vacation Kingdom of the World. So that is a super old aerial shot, I guess. I can't even, oh, I can see a few things. So I'm not sure what's here, but then off in the distance, you can see Cinderella Castle and Space Mountain, and there's the Contemporary. So that's a pretty neat shot. I'm sure this shot today looks way different, which should actually be neat to see. So there's Small World. Oh, sideways here. Riverboat. That looks beautiful, all lit up like that. And then here you've got the Tomorrowland Grand Prix Raceway. So I feel like that's changed names because now I think it's just called Autopia. But correct me if I'm wrong. So there's the train. Oh, cool. From Haunted Mansion. A trembling trio of musicians performs in the Haunted Mansion. That's awesome. And then there it is from the outside. And it says, the Haunted Mansion, where 99 ghosts, ghouls, and goblins are dying to meet you. That's so cool. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I don't know. Wait, we're talking about Disney World here. I don't know where that is or what it is now. Maybe it's the Nemo ride, but I think that's at Disneyland. And you've got Country Bear Jamboree again, and the inside of the Contemporary Hotel. It's pretty cool to see, because I would say that looks pretty similar today, like with the art and stuff. And then there's the outside of the Contemporary, and Goofy, what are you doing there? At the Gulf Resort Hotel. The Goofy way to get a hole-in-one. Gulf Resort Hotel. Never heard of it. All right, so continuing on here, we've got the Rivers of America, Liberty Square. Oh, that looks fun. Oh, rock slides and waterfalls at the Polynesian Village Resort Hotel. I wonder if that still exists today. I've never been lucky enough to stay there, so I don't know. There's the beaches of the Polynesian, and then here, oh my gosh, love, love, love. Mickey and Minnie relive the good old days on Main Street, USA. Oh my gosh, tell me how weird they'd look with the regular hands. I like the oversized hands of today. That looks weird. So Fantasy in the Sky, Fireworks Frame the Magic Kingdom. That's cool. I guess that was an old nighttime show. And then you've got that at Fort Wilderness. Little scene from Pirates. I would say that looks pretty much the same. And then you've got a Victorian style Crystal Palace restaurant sparkles at dusk. That looks pretty. Beautiful sky. And then there is a old river or water park called River Country. So I wonder if that was a completely separate location or if it just changed names. I'm not very good at my Disney World history, apparently. But this is really cool to see. So I appreciate my dad for giving these to us because this is neat. There is the Cinderella Castle. So pretty. That was a really cool book. I liked that one a lot. Last one here. It says 12 colorful scenes from Tomorrowland at Disneyland. So again, just blocking it out because there's an address. So let's flip it over and get started. So that's a really neat aerial shot there. That looks cool. And this one doesn't have a note, but I guess it's going to be all about Tomorrowland. I don't know. I must have rushed through this one before because I don't remember what's going to be in this one. But let's take a look together. So there's the entrance to Tomorrowland. It's got a slit, just that's the way this book works. So nothing is wrong there. Oh wow, okay, so all plastic house of the future. I actually don't think I'd mind if my house looked like that. Looks kind of cool. And then here you've got flying saucers. That looks really neat. I have never seen anything like that. Looks pretty cool. And then here's a shot of the Disneyland Allweg monorail and Matterhorn. Very cool. I like that. And then this one. Oh, they dropped some cartoon characters in there. Donald, Minnie, and Goofy on the Autopia. And then Tomorrowland at night. Pretty. I don't recognize any of this. I'm having a hard time, so that's pretty cool. There's the monorail again. I wonder, I guess it all must have been red. Now I know we've got a lot of different colors. Maybe that's just in Disney World, but yeah. And then there's the bobsleds on Matterhorn. It looked like they're gonna get soaked up there. And again with those motorboats. I had no idea about that, but that does not look, I don't know, it just doesn't look safe with all the rocks in the water, but I guess you're going around with a cast member, so hopefully they're driving the boat carefully. There's a submarine lagoon, and again, the submarine with the waterfall, and that gorgeous aerial view. I love that. So that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing these old vintage postcards. I think it's pretty cool to see. I don't know. I love old stuff like this. So yeah, so let us know in the comments down below what you thought of all these really cool images, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.